Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm checking out the Mark II wallet from Live the Creed. Let's check it out. I know a lot of you out there don't really care about the packaging some products come in, but come on. You cannot deny that this is some awesome packaging. The Mark II wallet comes in this wooden box with this sliding lid here, and check this out. So we have Live the Creed right here on this side, and it's part of the EDC collection. And then on the bottom here it says Woodchuck, buy one, plant one. And I love this, the Mark II wallet, and it has the pineapple grenade right here that is modeled after, or at least inspired by. So I'll give these guys a few extra points just on their awesome packaging. As I open up the box here, we just have a Live the Creed card, and there's a code on the back of it, but I'll put that off to the side, and we get our first look at the Mark II wallet from Live the Creed here, and I'll give you guys a nice close-up right here. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features. So the Mark II is a vertical style card wallet inspired by the Mark II pineapple grenade. Dead center of the wallet, it has a cash slot, and on each side of that cash slot we have 2 pockets. And those pockets can hold up to 6 credit cards. It's made from premium oil tanned leather, and that leather is double stitched, and the edges are burnished by hand. It also comes in 3 colors, Ranger Green, Multicam, in the color that I have right here, Multicam Black. The Mark II is backed with a lifetime guarantee and is made right here in the USA. Now what about the dimensions here? It comes in at 3.75 inches by 2.5 inches by 0.25 inches. And by my weight test, it comes in at 0.9 ounces. That's 26 grams. All right, so we've all seen this style of wallet before. It looks like a single piece of leather that's just folded to create a pocket. But the Mark II has another piece of fabric on the inside to create that cash slot. Now on their website it says premium oil tan leather, but I actually don't know if this is top grain, full grain, or genuine leather. But to be honest with you, it does have a nice soft feel to it, and it's probably top or full grain leather. But I'm not 100% sure because I cannot find any information on the actual quality of this leather. And the same goes for this middle fabric here. I'm not exactly sure what this is. It almost feels like a neoprene, but it's not a stretchy material. It's not like elastic at all. And I did mention it is double stitched here. You can see that's pretty nice work right here, and all the edges are hand burnished. I'll give you a nice close up of that burnishing on the edges right here. And while we're on this leather here, does it pass the smell test? Absolutely not. I'm not sure what type of leather this is. It feels great, but doesn't smell too great. But like I already mentioned, we've all seen this style of wallet before, just the piece of leather folded over to create pockets, but the design here is fairly original. It takes inspiration from a Mark II pineapple grenade, hence the name Mark II, and you can see with these little squares here, it does kind of look like it, sort of. And then check this out on the material in the middle that forms this cash slot here. There's a little cutout that forms a notch. And of course, this notch makes it a lot easier to get the cash out of the middle once you have cards in here. And while we're talking about that, let's check out the functionality. Now, Live the Creed claims it can hold up to 6 credit cards here in each of these pockets on either side of this cash slot. And I was a little confused because there's another little piece of fabric in here that separates the black multicam right here from the leather. As you can see, I'm sticking my finger in that pocket, but you can't see it. That's because there's another little piece of fabric right here that separates. So when your cards are in there, you can't really see them in these little squares here. I think that's just for aesthetics. Once you have your cards in there, it doesn't really poke through and you can't really see the cards, just the black. So that being said, let's start stuffing some cards in there. It says it can hold 6 cards, so we'll do 3 on each side. And no problem sticking the cards in here. Let's do 3 on the other side and stick them in there. There we go. So this is what it looks like with the maximum of 6 cards stuffed in these pockets here. And as you can see, it's still relatively thin. I carried this wallet for a few days, and let me tell you, even with the maximum of 6 cards in there, you can barely feel this thing in your pocket. It carries extremely light because the wallet itself only weighs 0.9 ounces, and then just add the weight of your credit cards and cash. And because of the style of this wallet, we can have 2 of our most used credit cards here on each side, so the functionality is there. And of course, if you want to get your cards out of the back, you just pull all of them straight up and use the fan method. Now, what about if you're a cash carrier? So I have 8 American dollar bills right here, and You're gonna have to fold your bills into quarters to get them in this wallet. And these 8 bills, you can see what that does to the thickness here. So in my opinion, this was the biggest annoyance with this wallet, was trying to get your cash out of the center of this wallet while it was fully loaded with the 6 cards. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I just took the liberty to stuff those 6 cards back in here and check out the thickness here, but my main concern was getting the cash out of the center while these cards are sort of blocking your way. And by blocking, what I mean is these cards are so tightly packed in there, getting the cash out of the middle becomes a chore. And remember, I mentioned before, there is a nifty little cutout right here to easily lift out your cash, but as you just saw, with the cards in there, it completely blocks it. So I only have 2 choices to get my cash out of the center there. Kind of fumbly pry open this wallet and try to get the cash out this way, which is almost impossible. Or take the cards completely out of the one side and then I have access to that little cutout right there. Also, another solution would be stick all 6 of your cards in the back side here, and then you would have access to that thumb slot or that little cutout slot right here at all times. It's just gonna make the back of the wallet fairly thick. It is possible, but it gets very tight back here. So you can see I just stuffed all 6 cards in the back of the wallet here. Now we have complete access to the cash right here, which works great. I just don't always recommend doing this because now we have all of our cards stuffed in one area, so you can see it gets a little fumbly. Even doing the fan method is kind of awkward. But of course, I'm just nitpicking. I'm always a fan of taking the maximum amount of cards and splitting them up between any available pockets. All right, let's talk about what I like about the Mark II wallet from Live the Creed. So I love the minimalist, slim nature of this wallet. Carrying the Mark II even fully loaded with 6 cards and some cash, I barely even knew it was in my pocket. It does have a premium feel to it with this soft leather and the double stitching. And even though the style of the wallet isn't original, I do love the original design of the wallet because I don't think there's another wallet on the market that takes inspiration from a Mark II pineapple grenade. I like the fact that it comes with a lifetime guarantee, and of course, it's made right here in the USA. All right, let's talk about what I don't like about the Mark II. So if I had to pick a negative, it would be the center cash slot for storing your bills. I've never been a big fan of the center cash slot, especially when you have to sandwich it in between your credit cards. Only because it puts a lot of tension on that center slot and it gets very, very difficult to get your cash out. Especially if you don't want to pile all of your cards in the back of the cash slot here, if you want to do 3 and 3 and have access to 2 credit cards at all times, at least easy, quick access to your 2 most used credit cards. And this isn't really a negative, but I wish they would list the materials on their website. I have no idea what kind of leather this is. Even though it feels nice, it looks nice, I just don't know if it's genuine, top grain, or full grain. Or where it's sourced from. I don't know if this is hand stitched. I know it's double stitched. I don't know if it's hand stitched. I do know it's hand burnished edges, but what about the stitching? So my suggestion to Live the Creed is just put more information on the wallets, especially the materials, especially for guys like me. I have a whole channel full of subscribers that love to know the leather, where it's sourced from, and if it's handmade. So with all that said, do I recommend the Mark II from Live the Creed? Yes, absolutely. I think the positives far outweigh the negatives here, and I really like this wallet. I love the original design of this, taking inspiration from a pineapple grenade, even though it's not an original style of wallet. I do like the design here. I would love to see Live the Creed do some different variations on the Mark II here, maybe a Mark II version 2? Maybe give us a few more pockets or even some sort of bifold with this similar design. I think that would be really cool. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Mark II wallet from Live the Creed? If you want to check this out for yourself, I will have links below in my description box. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!